Three teams in the AFC East won yesterday. Three teams in the AFC East won yesterday. They were the Dolphins, they were the Patriots, and they were the Jets. Jets defeated the Buffalo Bills 20-17. Josh Allen, 205, two interceptions, sacked 5 times, QBR of 65. Zach Wilson, 18-25, 154, and a touchdown. Okay, so this is getting worse. It's getting worse and worse for the Bills. So the Bills are 6-2. Bills are one of the best teams in the league. Let me start that out now. Don't need everybody yelling at me like they have in the last few episodes, last few videos. The Bills, when the year ends, the Bills are probably still going to be a top 3 team in the NFL. Could still very easily be the number 1 seed. In spite of everything I'm about to say, they're going to be one of the best teams in the league. Be one of the top seeds in the AFC East. Definitely, they should still win the AFC East, most likely. All that is true. But I would like to point out how dependent they are on Josh Allen to win games. Josh Allen has to play amazing for the Bills to win games. And 9 times out of 10, he does. I came into this year saying he was the best quarterback in football. As a Dolphins fan, I think Josh Allen is the best quarterback in football. What he can do, his ability to run the ball, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns, the long 36-yard touchdown run, designed quarterback run. How many guys are doing that? Justin Fields, just talked about Justin Fields probably doing that. How many guys are doing that? But this team has to play like that. He has to be the do-it-all player for this team. Stefon Diggs, one of the best receivers in the game. I love Stefon Diggs. If he's not throwing it to Stefon Diggs, who's he throwing it to? Gabe Davis, 2 catches, 33 yards yesterday. Isaiah McKenzie, 2 catches, 12 yards. Dawson Knox, 3 catches, 25 yards. Rushing attack outside of Josh Allen? Let's see. Let me do some quick math. That's just over 50 yards combined outside of Josh Allen. Josh Allen is everything for the Bills. And if you're going to pick a player to say, hey, carry us, do everything for us, I'm picking Josh Allen, and I'm not even blinking an eye thinking about anybody else. If I can take one guy and have him be my Swiss Army knife, he's like Taysom Hill, but he's actually he's a very, very good football player. I'm picking Josh Allen, and I'm riding him. I'm riding him to death. The Bills are riding him to death. They lost Brian Daboll. The offense has clearly been affected by that. There's times where this team looks like they are ready to punch you in the mouth. But outside of that, they look a little weak. When Josh Allen has a bad game, what else do they have? Who else is going to step up? Obviously, Stefon Diggs is reliant on Josh Allen. Stefon Diggs, I'm not worried about at all. Josh Allen, Stefon Diggs in this little cocoon right here. They're perfect. They're amazing. Love them. As a Dolphins fan, I love watching them. Stefon Diggs, I said this earlier today. Stefon Diggs is my favorite player on a team that I hate. I love Stefon Diggs. Love his route running. Love his swagger. I love Stefon Diggs. Love Josh Allen. I love Josh Allen. I love watching Josh Allen play. If I could pick a quarterback for the Dolphins, again, I'm picking Josh Allen. But he can only do so much. He's going to have bad games. He's allowed to have bad games. Patrick Mahomes is allowed to have bad games. Lamar is allowed to have bad games. Every superstar in this league is allowed to have bad games. Tom Brady right now is being allowed to have a bad year. And when Tom Brady retires, this year is going to be completely null and void from our memory unless they absolutely turn it around. If the year continues on pace, they did win, of course, but if this year continues on the pace of how it's looking, they don't do anything in the postseason, everyone will forget about it 10 years from now. Josh Allen's allowed to have bad games. Josh Allen had a bad game. 2 interceptions, 205 yards. And I would like to point out, the 2 times they've lost this year are against the AFC East. 2 times they've lost this year are against teams that have been playing them twice a year, every single year since Josh Allen came into the league. They're starting to figure out what to do with Josh Allen. They're starting to figure out what to do with the Buffalo Bills. I was at the Dolphins-Bills game. The Dolphins could not have cared less about the Bills running the ball. Could not have cared less. Devin Singletary, I think, had 10 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown. Every single one of those was just run 5 yards and stop. And Josh Allen will probably hit you because he can't find anybody besides Stefon Diggs down the field. Not an insult on Diggs or on Allen. kind of issue with the rest of this team, kind of issue with how this team is currently being constructed to say just Josh Allen, make a play. Josh Allen, make us win. Now, teams that are coming against him regularly are starting to find a little bit of a recipe. I haven't broken down the film, so I couldn't tell you exactly what it is, other than saying we could not care less if you turn around and hand the ball to Devin Singletary. We could not care less if you hand it to James Cook, eventually to Nyheim Hines. The other teams are saying we do not care if you do this because we are so focused on Josh Allen because you are so focused on Josh Allen. You want Josh Allen to make every single play? Okay, fine. We're going to game plan against Josh Allen making every single play. Just did that yesterday. Jets have a great young defensive core. Again, I don't like the Jets, but I love watching Sauce Gardner. Robert Saleh has captured this defense, gotten a hold of him in the offseason because last year their defense was really bad. As a defensive head coach, it's a bad look. If your team's losing, okay. But your side of the ball as a head coach is struggling, that's a problem. Jets have turned that around. Jets are looking sharp. Jets are now 6-3. Jets are now 2-1 in division. Same record, same division record as the Dolphins. Gave some praise, also a little bit of hate to the Dolphins. I'll give some praise to the Jets. 6-3, 2-1 in division. If you're a Jets fan, you sign away the right to your first baby for that going into this season. Buffalo Bills, though, being 6-2 and losing the way they lost games because nobody on the offensive side of the ball outside of Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs are making plays. That's something you can't really live with because it's not going to get better. Trade deadline's already gone past. These are good players. I like Gabe Davis. I like Devin Singletary. I like Dawson Knox. These are good players, but they're not playmakers. The Dolphins, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and now even Tua is a playmaker. If you just get the ball in their hands, they're going to make a play for you. There's nobody on the Bills outside of Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs where when the ball is in their hands, you feel very confident they're going to go out and make a play. And that, I believe, will hurt the Bills at some point more this season. Will they get to the Super Bowl? There's still a very good chance they make it to the Super Bowl. If I had to place money on a team to win the Super Bowl right now, I still might pick the Bills. All these things I said can be true, and I still believe are true. But at the same time, I do think they will end up as 1, 2, 3 of the best teams in the league. All these things are still true. But it's definitely a concern because all it takes is one game. All it takes is one game in January or maybe February. All it takes is one game for Josh Allen to not be 100%, either 100% playing, not like himself, or maybe even eventually starts to pick up an injury because we know it's coming. You know Josh Allen, one way or another, is eventually going to get hurt. It's going to happen somewhere. He hurt his hand, I think, yesterday, or his forearm, but obviously it was nothing. He kept playing. Eventually he's going to get hurt. And eventually he's going to have bad games. And all it takes is one of those in the playoffs, and the Bill season is done.